In our last episode, the teacher declared everything vapor. He surveyed his wealth, his wisdom, his achievements, and found them all chasing after wind. He watched the wheel of history turn without progress, saw wise and fool alike forgotten, and concluded that if meaning exists, it cannot be found under the sun. Yet even as he catalogued the vanity, he pointed toward something. Eat, drink, find satisfaction, for even this comes from the hand of God. Now the teacher turns his gaze toward darker territory. Death. Again I looked and saw all the oppression that was taking place under the sun. I saw the tears of the oppressed, and they have no comforter. Power was on the side of their oppressors, and they have no comforter. The observation is twice emphasized: no comforter. The oppressed weep alone. And I declared that the dead, who had already died, are happier than the living, who are still alive. But better than both is the one who has never been born, who has not seen the evil that is done under the sun. This is not suicidal despair. It is clear-eyed observation of injustice. The teacher looks at the world and concludes that the living suffer more than the dead, and those never born suffer least of all. And I saw that all toil and all achievement spring from one person's envy of another. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Even ambition is corrupted. We work not because we love the work, but because we cannot bear to be outdone. Fools fold their hands and ruin themselves. Better one handful with tranquility than two handfuls with toil and chasing after the wind. The teacher does not condemn work, but he sees through the myth that more work means more meaning. One handful with peace is worth more than two handfuls with anxiety. Again I saw something meaningless under the sun. There was a man all alone. He had neither son nor brother. There was no end to his toil, yet his eyes were not content with his wealth. For whom am I toiling, he asked, and why am I depriving myself of enjoyment? This too is meaningless, a miserable business. Loneliness compounds the problem. The isolated rich man has no one to share his wealth with, no one to work for, no one to leave it to. His labor becomes absurd even to himself. Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Community matters. Companionship is not just pleasant, it is practical. It is survival. Guard your steps when you go to the house of God. Go near to listen, rather than to offer the sacrifice of fools, who do not know that they do wrong. Do not be quick with your mouth. Do not be hasty in your heart to utter anything before God. God is in heaven and you are on earth, so let your words be few. The teacher has been speaking about the futility of human striving. Now he turns to the futility of religious performance. A dream comes when there are many cares, and many words mark the speech of a fool. Talk less, listen more. God is not impressed by eloquence. When you make a vow to God, do not delay to fulfill it. He has no pleasure in fools. Fulfill your vow. It is better not to make a vow than to make one and not fulfill it. Do not let your mouth lead you into sin, and do not protest to the temple messenger, "My vow was a mistake." Why should God be angry at what you say and destroy the work of your hands? Much dreaming and many words are meaningless. Therefore, fear God. Again, the fear of God, the thread running through all wisdom literature. Not terror, but reverence. Not groveling, but attention. If you see the poor oppressed in a district and justice and rights denied, do not be surprised at such things. For one official is eyed by a higher one, and over them both are others higher still. The increase from the land is taken by all. The king himself profits from the fields. Bureaucracy corrupts. Power concentrates. The system grinds on, extracting from those at the bottom to enrich those at the top. The teacher is not naive about politics. Whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. As goods increase, so do those who consume them. And what benefit are they to the owners except to feast their eyes on them? The sweet sleep of a laborer is sweet, whether they eat little or much. But as for the rich, their abundance permits them no sleep. The poor sleep well. The rich lie awake worrying about what they might lose. I have seen a grievous evil under the sun, wealth hoarded to the harm of its owners, or wealth lost through some misfortune, so that when they have children, there is nothing left for them to inherit. Everyone comes naked from their mother's womb, and as everyone comes, so they depart. They take nothing from their toil that they can carry in their hands. This too is a grievous evil. As everyone comes, so they depart. And what do they gain, since they toil for the wind? Naked we arrive, naked we leave. Everything in between is temporary. All their days they eat in darkness, with great frustration, affliction, and anger. Then comes another affirmation. This is what I have observed to be good, that it is appropriate for a person to eat, to drink, and to find satisfaction in their toilsome labor under the sun during the few days of life God has given them, for this is their lot. Moreover, when God gives someone wealth and possessions, and the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot and be happy in their toil, this is a gift of God. They seldom reflect on the days of their life, because God keeps them occupied with gladness of heart. Enjoyment is a gift, not an achievement, not a reward, a gift. The person who receives wealth and also receives the ability to enjoy it is doubly blessed. The person who receives wealth, but not the ability to enjoy it, is cursed with abundance. I have seen another evil under the sun, and it weighs heavily on mankind. God gives some people wealth, possessions, and honor, so that they lack nothing their hearts desire. But God does not grant them the ability to enjoy them, and strangers enjoy them instead. This is meaningless, a grievous evil. A man may have 100 children and live many years. Yet no matter how long he lives, if he cannot enjoy his prosperity and does not receive proper burial, I say that a stillborn child is better off than he. It comes without meaning, it departs in darkness, and in darkness its name is shrouded. Though it never saw the sun or knew anything, it has more rest than does that man, even if he lives 1,000 years twice over, but fails to enjoy his prosperity. Do not all go to the same place? The question hangs in the air. The teacher has observed oppression, loneliness, religious hypocrisy, political corruption, the anxiety of wealth, and the ultimate equality of death. Everyone goes to the same place. All go to the same place. All come from dust, and to dust all return. Who knows if the human spirit rises upward, and if the spirit of the animal goes down into the earth? The teacher does not know what happens after death. He does not pretend to know. He observes that bodies return to dust, and he wonders whether anything survives. For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten. Their love, their hate, and their jealousy have long since vanished. Never again will they have a part in anything that happens under the sun. This is the darkest observation yet. The dead know nothing. Their passions vanish. Their memory fades. They have no stake in the world of the living. So, what then? Go, eat your food with gladness, and drink your wine with a joyful heart, for God has already approved what you do. Always be clothed in white, and always anoint your head with oil. Enjoy life with your wife whom you love, all the days of this meaningless life that God has given you under the sun, all your meaningless days. For this is your life in life, and in your toilsome labor under the sun. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For in the realm of the dead, where you are going, there is neither working, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom. The response to death is not